Imagine this. It's late at night. A strong earthquake hits your town, or a typhoon signal suddenly rises. People are scared, information is scattered, and leaders must make quick decisions. In moments like this, what is the right thing to do? Follow rules, focus on outcomes, rely on good character, or protect the trust between people and the government? Hi, I'm Mario P. Areglo, and today I'll discuss four major ethical theories and how they apply to real situations in the Philippines, especially disasters and recent political issues. Let's begin. So, first, deontology, a duty based ethics. Deontology, or Kantian ethics, teaches that an action is right if it follows moral rules and duties, not because of the outcome, but because it is the right thing to do. The key idea is the categorical imperative. Act only on maxims that you believe should be universal moral laws. How does this apply to the Philippines? Think about the government transparency during disasters. For example, when handling disaster funds, reporting damages, or showing where the money goes. Even when there is a pressure, the ontological leader must follow rules strictly because transparency is a duty. Even if bending the rules might speed up the process, Kantian ethics says, do your duty, always. This type of leadership protects trust and prevents corruption. Second, utilitarianism. Greatest good for the greatest number. Utilitarianism focuses on consequences. An action is morally right if it produces the most benefit for the most people. During disasters, this is very visible. For example, evacuation priorities, rescue operations, allocating relief goods, restoring electricity, or clearing roads first in areas where the most people are affected. A utilitarian decision maker asks which action saves the most lives, which option brings the most relief to the greatest number of people. But utilitarianism can have downsides. Sometimes, focusing on the majority might overlook smaller, isolated communities. So while utilitarianism is powerful for quick decisions, leaders must balance it with fairness and protection for vulnerable groups. So third, virtue ethics. Virtue ethics, based on Aristotle, is not about rules or consequences. It's about the character of a good person. Courage, compassion, honesty, and integrity. A good leader is not just someone who follows rules or calculates outcomes. A good leader is someone who embodies virtue. In the Philippines, during the earthquake or typhoons, we see this clearly. Some leaders personally visit evacuation centers, they comfort victims, they coordinate help on the ground, they remain honest about what went wrong and what needs to be improved. These actions show virtue, and virtue inspires trust, unity, and hope. Virtue ethics reminds us that moral leadership starts with moral character. Fourth, social contract theory. Social contract theory explains that government gain authority because citizens give consent in exchange for protection, justice, and public services. But when governments fail their responsibilities, the social contract weakens. Consider controversies like ghost flood control projects, lack of transparency, or public debates about the Maharlika Investment Fund and the confidential fund of the Vice President. When people feel the system is unfair or that public funds are misused, citizens question whether the government is still honoring its side of the contract. To repair this, leaders must practice transparency, accept accountability, and rebuild civic trust. The social contract reminds us that leadership is a relationship, not just authority. So, how do these theories guide ethical leadership in crisis? Deontology reminds leaders to follow rules and duties. Utilitarianism helps them make smart decisions with the best outcomes. Virtue ethics pushes them to develop strong character. Social contract theory ensures they preserve trust and legitimacy. In times of disaster or political controversy, a truly ethical leader uses all four. duties, outcomes, character, and accountability. So, to sum it all up, ethics is not just something we study, it shapes real decisions from disaster response to public spending to everyday leadership. By applying these theories, we can understand what responsible, compassionate, and accountable leadership should look like in the Philippines today. Thank you for watching. I'm Mario Piareglo, and I hope this helped you see how ethics guides decision making, especially in times when it matters most. Thank you.
Korap, korap, korap! Korap na kongresista! Ikulong! Ikulong! Korap, korap, korap!